Most people wait to feel intense. They wait for aggression, for adrenaline, for emotional fire. They believe seriousness requires intensity. If they don't feel fired up, they assume something is wrong. But something changed in you. You didn't need to feel intense. You trained anyway. Intensity spikes. It fades quickly. It burns fast. It disappears without warning. If effort depends on intensity, effort becomes unstable. You notice the pattern. High energy days were followed by long gaps. You chose something different. The weights don't care how aggressive you are. They don't respond to anger. They respond to control. You learn that calm effort produces consistent results. They think yelling means commitment. They think hype means focus. They think aggression means effort. But emotion is noisy. You learn to work quietly. No slamming weights. No emotional rituals. No psych-up routines. Just steady execution. That removal created clarity. Aggression exhausts the nervous system. Calm effort preserves it. You trained in a way that your body could sustain. That gave you longevity. Anyone can be intense. Few can stay controlled. Under load. You learn to breathe. Focus. Execute. That control separated you. Fire burns out. Structure lasts. You stopped waiting to feel hyped. You showed up in a neutral state. They don't spike. They don't crash. They don't disappear. They show up the same way. Every time. That reliability compounds. Muscle doesn't know how you feel. It responds to tension, to repetition, to precision. You gave it exactly that. Real toughness isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It stays calm when pressure increases. You trained calmness under effort. Controlled people don't overreact. They don't panic. They don't chase highs. They adapt. You train that skill daily. They go hard, then disappear. You stayed moderate and stayed present. That consistency wins. You didn't need to feel intense. You didn't need adrenaline. You didn't need aggression. You didn't need emotional fire. You stayed serious anyway. That's rare. Because intensity feels powerful. But control is power. And once you learn to work without hype, nothing disrupts you. Not boredom. Not quiet days. Not low stimulation. You don't rely on emotion. You rely on structure. Most people think seriousness has to be loud. They think it needs intensity, adrenaline, aggression. They believe effort only counts when it feels extreme, but that belief burns people out. Calm doesn't mean weak. Quiet doesn't mean careless. Seriousness isn't about noise. It's about commitment. When everything feels calm, most people relax their standards. They slow down. They drift. They assume nothing important is happening. That's when progress stops. You didn't confuse calm with comfort. You stayed serious anyway. The gym teaches this clearly. There are days with no hype, no rush, no excitement. Just weight, just reps, just time under tension. Those days build the foundation. Calm training requires control. Control over pace. Control over breathing. Control over focus. That control is strength. Anyone can push hard. When emotion is high, few can stay consistent. When emotion is neutral, that's where separation happens. Staying serious in calm moments means you don't need stimulation. You don't need music to hit harder. You don't need anger to move weight. You don't need intensity to show up. You rely on structure. Structure lasts longer than hype. Hype fades. Structure compounds. When everything feels calm, your mind looks for reasons to relax. It's okay to ease off. It's not that serious today. I'll go harder next time. You didn't listen. You understood something rare. Progress doesn't announce itself. It accumulates quietly. Calm effort is sustainable. It protects the nervous system. It sharpens technique. It preserves focus. That's why you last.